Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. This week, people have continued to experience some technology issues. I know I did during my Light Warrior Network Facebook group. Live monthly mini healings and mini readings. And you know, when that happens, we just have to do healing on the fly. And in this case, and I think in many people's cases, it wasn't exactly an alternate self of ours that had an issue, because that's been an issue previously. It was the actual entire timeline. So that we tested the parallel alternate timeline needed healing. Now, I didn't have to go into great detail of what kind of healing it needed, and we just knew whatever was going on was a low, what we call light score. The light scoring system is a way in Tolpacan healing, the healing modality that I teach and train, where we can kind of discern what's for the highest and greatest good, what's most aligned with source and what is not. So if we get a low light score, we know that whatever's happening is not aligned with source, so to speak, with the highest positive intentions. So I did a healing on that, and that seems to have solved at least my problem and our problem during the mini healings and mini readings. So if you happen to do divine muscle testing and are continuing to have technology challenges this week, just check in whether or not this is a current timeline issue, an alternate timeline issue, or maybe it's some other issue. And one of the really cool things you can do is just check the light score of this happening. The other terminology for this is the divine path score, the light path score. So if the light path score of it happening is high, then it is meant to happen for the highest good, and that may mean that if you're a sensitive soul, and it may be part of your mission to help clear, clean, and heal whatever it is that's coming up for healing right now. And speaking of divine path scores, of course, worldwide, people are reverberating from shock and or horror and or fear and or sadness from the Amazon rainforest fires going on. Lots of prayer vigils going on, lots of, healing being sent to the forest. And when I had my little private conversation with Source last night around that, and one of the things that one can do is to be completely neutral and relax and release all prejudgments of something happening as bad or good. So when I was having this conversation with Source last night, I asked the divine path score of the Amazon burning, and it was 98%, meaning that it was for the highest and greatest good for humanity. And I know logically you're thinking, how is this for the highest and greatest good? This is a precious resource. But it was symbolic as well, meaning that now the word destruction came up. Now, again, our judgments, our destruction is bad, but you know what? Some things need to end for other things to grow. And so symbolically, burning, unlike, a flood or a tornado of destruction, that kind of thing, well, all that stuff leaves a lot of debris, right? But with fires, if the fire is thorough and hot, when it destroys to almost nothingness, right? To ash. And that reminded me of the phoenix. And I love the mythology of the phoenix. It's one of my favorite, animals, is that from the ashes, the phoenix rises or arises from the ashes. So this is the symbolism of that it is time for us to release and literally destroy and disintegrate to nothing, to ashes, our long-held judgments, our long-held beliefs, that are myths, things that no longer work for humanity. Let's completely disintegrate this. Now, and there could be many metaphors, analogies, worldwide. For example, here in the U.S., that could be because there's so much, energy going on related to politics, and especially the Democratic National party with all their different candidates. And we have some, three really great, I think, in my opinion, personal opinion, really great candidates. But in order for this new paradigm to show up, where we have peace, where we do take care of our hungry and we do take care of our traumatized, because we are all one. If they're not doing well, we aren't doing well, and not have the fear of that's going to rip something out of our lives. Like, we're not going to have enough money if we give away stuff, you know, that kind of thing, right? So in order for any of those people to step into office and really change the whole landscape of the U.S. And the U.S. doesn't realize that worldwide people do not look on the U.S. necessarily as being like a great nation. I hate to like, you know, say that, but in many ways we are. We're so inventive, creative, innovative, you know, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to our politics, we're really aristocratic and and controlling and things like that. So worldwide, they're not, you know, a big fan of ours, unfortunately. Now, people that are worldwide, not in the U.S., can really help us, not necessarily vote in a particular candidate, but to send that energy of love and possibilities to us. You know, put your positive energy and imagine a world where we're all peaceful, all abundant, regardless of whichever candidate, you know, you like or don't like or whatever. But if you do like, you know, one that I like, you know, thanks a lot, you know, for putting the positive intentions in there. But the idea is we have to literally destroy the current structure of, this is just an example. Now, this is many a different areas of our life, but this, you know, is coming up because it's very popular to see this. But we need to destroy what is not working, which is not working towards peace, which is not working to happiness, which is not working for prosperity for all, not just for a few, but for all. So us sensitive souls that have a mission, we have a very important mission to be happy, prosperous, abundant, so that we can be that harbinger of light, not a small light, but a big light, and impact people in a bigger way. And I hope that if you're a sensitive soul, you're ready to step up to that. And I would love, if you are ready to step up to that, to join me at the Light Warrior Training Camp in Omega in September. You can go to lightwarriortrainingcamp.com for more details on that. So the Amazon forest, yes, we can pray for rain. Yes, we can do weather magic, but keep in mind, it is whatever is allowed. So I can do weather magic for the Amazon rainforest and make it rain and so on and so forth. Okay, you can do that too, but we have to acknowledge the lesson. We have to acknowledge what it means first before we're going to be allowed necessarily to do that. And let's not invite the universe to, you know, continue giving us those big signs that we're not paying attention to, right? Right? So, yes, we are sad, absolutely, that happened, but let's not judge that necessarily as bad and be open to the possibility that we really needed that, like a kick in the butt, you know, in order for us to wake up. And speaking of waking up, my friend and my very first coach, Keith Leon, who was instrumental in helping me publish my first ebook, Creating Your Fairy Tale Love Life, How to Harness the Law of Attraction to Attract Your Dream Partner, which I did, of course, my wonderful James. So Keith Leon has published a book called Walking with My Angels, and it is an incredible autobiography of his experience of meeting earthbound angels who knew their mission, that saved him 7 times from dying. And it is an incredibly inspirational book, and it is launched this week. So I'd love your support and help in going to Amazon and finding that book, Walking with My Angels, and purchasing it on, you know, Kindle for 99 cents. If it's still, you know, on for 99 cents when you're watching this, but please do support him, because this is very important. Us sensitive souls need to stick together, and we need to support each other. And this is a very, very important book, and divinely guided book as well. So the other exciting news is that I'm working on energy infusing with Topocan healing frequencies jewelry. Now, I've got on some really pretty pieces from Made As Intended. This is a crystal triangle, and this is called a geode, a polygon geode. Now, these crystals are you know, very, very beautiful, and they are Swarovski crystals. Can't pronounce that well. And they have Swarovski crystals do not have their own memory. So they're very easily charged and hold frequencies. And I'm working with Energy Tools International, who's going to do some research to help me permanently infuse these with complementary energy. So in discussion with Source, what we're working on, which of course they still have to research, they still have to test, they're going to have to take some time to see whether it's even possible from their end to do this permanent infusion, is to infuse this with the Schumann protection energies, meaning that they've shown in their studies that this particular Schumann resonance that they can infuse into materials can protect people and make them stronger, more resilient in the face of electromagnetic frequencies. So we're talking cell phones, potentially 5G, things like that. So that's very exciting to me, because not only sensitive souls, but all of us are potentially susceptible to the negative effects of the 5G cell phone rollout if that occurs worldwide. So that's one. And then of course my very powerful Ascension 1 and 2 energies, to be able to use this as a very powerful intention amulet, for example, so that you can walk around and automatically clear negative energies and ghosts just by having, this beacon with you. If you don't have my Ascension 1 and 2 playing, on your cell phone, for example, when you're walking around. And so those are intention directed healing that you can do. So this is the big dream, to be able to give this power to more people in this way. And the last thing is the beautiful positive energies of Hiddenite, which is a crystal, a very rare crystal from North Carolina, the actual North Carolina crystal. I found one. I had to go to Etsy to find one. It's like teeny, tiny, like for $20. But it's really hard to find. And I had to send that off to Energy Tools International so they can copy those frequencies so that we can infuse it in the jewelry. And so there's other things happening that hoping to create a travel tranquility scarf as well, and maybe like a hoodie type thing where we've infused the energy of these positive energies so that you can wear them and feel calmer, more peaceful, more centered, more grounded wherever you go, especially if you're a sensitive soul and need some feeling of protection and feeling stronger as you enhance and harness your superpowers. So I look forward to that. I'm super excited about that future. So stay tuned. If you want some updates, definitely join us on Facebook at lightwarriornetwork.com. That's the pretty link to go to the Facebook group, and that will help so I can get an idea of what people like, and you can even pre-order these. We won't take money until we know for sure that we can infuse them with the energies that I wish to infuse them with. The other really cool news is on Monday, you'll hear a pre-recorded interview with the owner and founder of Morocco Method. His name is Anthony Morocco, and he's part of our Spiritual Entrepreneur series, where a sensitive soul has decided to really connect and align with Source and their mission. And he is fascinating to talk to. He is a hair shaman, and he has created a whole line of products from the divine for us, describing the 5 different hair types, the 5 elements of hair care, the lunar hair care chart, when to cut your hair, when not to cut your hair, really amazing stuff, and about what is in our current shampoos and hair care that may be destroying and or making you unhealthy, and your hair brittle and broken and bald and all that kind of stuff. So it was a fascinating conversation. So join us Monday for that live airing of that pre-record on Monday at 12 noon, okay, with Anthony Morocco. Amazing stuff. And if you want a little preview of some of the amazing products that he has that I use, it is go to KarenCan.com/hair, and there's a little article that I wrote about it, and it links in, that's my affiliate link, links in right to their website, and you can download that lunar chart, download that free ebook. Super exciting. I haven't taken the time to completely digest everything on their site, and so Anthony gave me some some private advice. So I'm working on air drying my hair with multiple towels and using his different conditioners. So it's going to be a little bit of an experiment, but I'm super excited about that. And his products smell and Amazing. So join us Monday for that, and that's the announcements for this week. So I'm looking forward to speaking with you next week on the Spiritual Medicine Digest. Until then, lots of love, and I'm wishing you lots of peace and stillness as well. Bye for now.